You wake not to noise, but to the slow rhythm of life in rural France. The air smells of pine and wet soil, and somewhere nearby, a bell rings from a small village church. Here, mornings come without rush, just the sound of footsteps on stone, and maybe the promise of bread still warm from the bakery. In today's journey, we'll wander through 4 real homes across France, each whispering a different kind of peace. A quiet countryside retreat, surrounded by fields. A village terrace waiting for a gentle, modern touch. A house with a wide garden near shimmering lakes. And a compact property right in a small town center, where everything you need is a short walk away. All of them share one thing: prices that feel almost unreal. From 40,000 euros to around 77,000, these are homes where the cost of owning a life in Europe is lower than what most people spend on a car. Yet what you gain, space, nature, stillness, is priceless. This is Europe on Sale, the channel where we uncover real stories behind every door. Every property is verified, every detail checked. Because we believe buying a home should begin with clarity and emotion, not guesswork. And as you watch, try to notice not just what the houses look like, but how they make you feel. Would you rather wake up by a lake in Nouvelle-Aquitaine, hear the wind through the forests of Brittany, or step out onto your own garden path in Lorraine? Maybe, by the time we reach the last home, you'll find yourself thinking, that peace, that life, it's not far. It's just waiting for you to open the right door.
The day begins with the hush of trees and the ripple of nearby lakes. In Moncoutant-sur-Sèvre, mornings are slow and generous. Light over open fields, a sky wide enough for long plans, and footpaths that lead you past hedgerows to clear water. This is lake country. The Piscalis Park spreads out like a necklace of ponds and trails, perfect for quiet loops at sunrise and soft walks after dinner. Life moves at a human pace here, friendly, practical, and close to what matters. Set a few minutes from the village center, the home offers room to breathe. You get about 118 square meters of interior space, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. More importantly, you get land, roughly 5,229 square meters, and 3 barns on site, 1 in traditional stone and 2 in timber. The barns unlock options. Think workshop, garden store, bike room, or a future studio for guests. The main house is livable, with a light modernization on your own timeline, so you can move in and improve without rushing. Daily life is simple and convenient. The Super U in town keeps you supplied. The pharmacy by the church square handles everyday needs. Larger services sit in Bressuire, about 20 minutes by car, including the hospital and the train station. From there, you connect to regional lines without hassle. For weekends, family and friends will love the choice set. Piscalis for fishing and lake walks on your doorstep, the celebrated Puy du Fou Historical Park about 40 to 50 minutes away, and the green Venice of the Marais Poiters within an easy drive for canals, boats, and shaded picnic spots. Outside, the grounds carry real weight. You can plant an orchard, fence a kitchen garden, or set up a pair of glamping tents in the upper meadow, subject to local permissions. Children can run, guests can wander, and long tables under summer light will become a habit rather than a plan. The stone barn especially deserves attention. It lends character to the whole ensemble and could anchor a graceful courtyard feel once you re-landscape paths and lighting. The numbers are quietly on your side. The asking price is 77,777 euros, which comes to roughly 659 euros per square meter, based on the house area alone. Local averages run notably higher, which means you step in with a cushion and the ability to create value through measured upgrades. Because operations stay low, no condominium fees, ample storage on site, and short drives for services, you can focus funds on improvements that matter: insulation, windows, kitchen flow, or a wood burner in the heart of the living space. Who is this for? A couple or young family seeking space and calm. A remote worker who wants a ground truth life between water and fields. An investor building a small country retreat with a pair of rustic guest rooms in the barns once permissions are in place. As Pescalis draws anglers and walkers, and as Bressuire handles trains and hospitals, weekend occupancy has a natural story. Stand on the grass at dusk, listen to birds settle, feel how the day softens. This is what you buy here, a home that is generous where it counts, priced in peace as much as euros, and ready to grow with you season after season.
There's a certain charm that belongs only to Brittany. Soft mist in the morning, stone cottages brushed with moss, and the rhythm of daily life that feels almost timeless. In La Trinité-Porhoët, that rhythm still hums quietly through narrow lanes and the gentle voices at the bakery. It's a village built for people who like their peace served warm, with coffee, not chaos. Here, for 60,000 euros, you find a two-bed terraced house that feels human in scale, inviting in tone, and quietly full of potential. The home measures about 90 square meters, with a compact walled garden where roses or herbs could easily take root. The ground floor holds the living room and kitchen opening to the garden, ideal for summer dinners and long evenings that fade slowly into the sound of crickets. Upstairs, two bright bedrooms wait, simple and ready, with space for soft linens and morning light. The property is entirely livable, as is, but the agent's note, to modernize, gives you freedom: paint, flooring, kitchen details, insulation, each a small chapter you can write on your own timeline. The house sits right inside the village, just steps from the town hall, the pharmacy, and the post office. Larger groceries are in Plamet, about 10 kilometers north, while the regional hospital in Ploermel is roughly 25 kilometers away. Close enough for comfort, far enough to keep serenity intact. For connection, Rennes Airport lies 60 kilometers east, and buses still pass through on the Braise-Go line toward Rennes or Pontivy. Daily life here is easy. Everything you need, nothing that rushes you. Beyond the village edge, Brittany's landscape unfolds. The Lac-au-Duc Lake in Ploermel invites you for swimming, canoeing, or simply watching the light shift on the water's surface. The legendary Forêt de Brocéliande, home of Arthurian myths and endless green trails, sits only 30 kilometers away, perfect for weekend hikes or cycling routes that wind past stone crosses and sleepy hamlets. Even in winter, the air here feels alive. In summer, it smells of pine, grass, and bread baking somewhere down the street. Financially, the figures make sense. At around 667 euros per square meter, this home costs barely half the local average for La Trinité-Porhoët, and just a fraction of the Morbihan regional rate. An honest entry point into a strong, stable area where rural tourism thrives and long-term rental demand stays steady. Picture it on a Sunday morning. The church bell strikes 10, sunlight filters through the kitchen window, and you step into your garden with a cup of coffee, barefoot on the cool stone tiles. That's the life this house offers. Simple, reachable, quietly beautiful. In a region where storms come from the sea, but peace settles inland, La Trinité-Porhoët gives you exactly that. A calm starting point for a life that no longer needs to hurry.
Somewhere in the soft plains of eastern France, where the air feels cool and still and storks circle lazily above the fields, lies Val-de-Bride, a quiet village framed by rivers, meadows, and the shimmering ponds of the Lorraine Regional Park. Here, life unfolds gently. Days begin with the scent of cut grass, end with the glow of sunset over the tiled rooftops, and move at a rhythm that lets you breathe again. This detached three-bedroom home sits at the edge of the village, surrounded by open land and a sense of calm that's becoming rare. With about 127 square meters of interior space and a generous plot of 1,632 square meters, it invites ideas: a kitchen garden, a small orchard, or even an outdoor studio looking over the fields. The layout is traditional, with thick walls and windows that catch the afternoon light. While the property is livable, it calls for renovation, not as a burden, but as a way to bring warmth back into its bones. Paint, floors, kitchen flow, all small details that can slowly transform it from a house into a home. Essential amenities are close. The market town of Douze, only 2 kilometers away, offers everything: an Intermarché supermarket, a pharmacy, and even a local hospital. The Morhange train station lies just 12 kilometers further, linking you easily to Metz, Nancy, and beyond. And if you ever need a bigger city fix, Metz-Nancy-Lorraine Airport is only 37 kilometers away, close enough for weekends abroad, far enough to stay out of the noise. But what truly sets Val-de-Bride apart is its landscape. Just minutes away lies the Étang de l'Inde, one of France's largest protected wetlands, a world of water, reeds, and migratory birds. Around it, walking and cycling routes crisscross through the Lorraine Natural Park, leading to small villages, salt history museums like Marsal, and quiet lakeside restaurants where time stretches. It's a place that feels more like a sanctuary than a tourist stop. At 49,000 euros, the house equals roughly 386 euros per square meter, an extraordinary value compared with nearby Douze, around 1,075 euros per square meter, or the Moselle department, around 1,800 euros per square meter. That kind of margin means you can invest in good materials, a new roof, insulation, or double-glazed windows, and still remain well below regional averages. For anyone considering a country retreat or a holiday rental in Grand East, it's the perfect mix of peace, access, and long-term potential. Step outside at dusk and listen. The frogs call from the ponds, a tractor hums far off, and the sky fills with stars, unfiltered, untamed, and bright. A place where simplicity becomes a form of luxury, and where time, at last, belongs to you. At the heart of the Crow's countryside, surrounded by quiet forests and rolling meadows, the small village of Valliere sits like a pause between two breaths. Here, life moves softly. Footsteps on cobblestone, shutters opening with the morning sun, a few neighbors greeting each other by name. And in the middle of this peaceful rhythm stands a compact 3-level building that once served as a small commercial space. Today, it's waiting for someone to imagine something new, and all it asks for is 44,000 euros. This property offers about 53 square meters of interior space spread across 3 floors, each one with its own story to tell. On the ground floor, a kitchen area hints at daily life. On the first floor, there's a small room with a wash basin and WC, and the top level adds an open space perfect for a studio, a bedroom, or a creative nook. The building structure is sound and the layout flexible, whether you want a minimalist home office, a craftsman's atelier, or a tiny home right in the heart of the village. Step outside and everything is within reach. The Vival grocery, the pharmacy, the village cafe, and the town hall are all within a short walk. 10 minutes by car brings you to Aubusson, known for its centuries-old tapestry workshops and friendly markets.
There you'll find a hospital, supermarkets, and a train station connecting to larger cities across Nouvelle-Aquitaine. And just a little farther north lies Lac de Valliere, one of France's most beautiful mountain lakes, a place for swimming, boating, and long restorative walks along pine-framed trails. From a practical standpoint, this is a rare low-entry property in a livable central location. At roughly 830 euros per square meter, it's far below the cost of most village center homes in Western France. Its size keeps taxes low and renovations manageable. It's the kind of project where every improvement, a new facade, updated wiring, smart interior design, translates directly into added value. And because Valliere sits within a tourism and arts region, you could easily imagine a hybrid use, a living space upstairs, a small gallery or rental studio below. But the real value here isn't just financial, it's emotional. In a world of sprawling houses and endless noise, this one offers the opposite: a small footprint, a simple rhythm, and the freedom to shape life exactly as you want it. Imagine mornings when the bakery bell rings and light spills through your window, evenings when you walk to the cafe under a sky full of stars. This is not a house to impress, it's a house to belong. A place where less becomes more, and where the idea of enough finally feels true.
We've just explored 4 corners of France, from the gentle lakes of Moncoutant to the green forests of Brittany, the quiet plains of Lorraine, and the artisan hills of Valliere. And maybe, somewhere between those stone facades and soft horizons, you felt it too. That calm, persistent pull toward a life made of slower mornings and real air. These weren't just houses, they were quiet reminders that peace doesn't have to be expensive, it only needs a place to begin. Buying a home here might sound improbable, 4 or 5 rooms for less than a car in Paris, yet the truth is, these prices exist because time has slowed where the cities kept rushing. Villages like these still breathe, still stand, still wait for someone curious enough to turn a key again. It's not a fantasy. It's simply what happens when charm outlasts demand and opportunity hides in plain sight. What makes it even more remarkable is how affordable life remains once you arrive. Property taxes stay low, repairs are manageable, and food tastes better when it comes from the market next door. Even with small updates, a coat of paint, a new window, a patch of garden, these homes return more than they cost. In France's countryside, ownership isn't about luxury, it's about freedom that fits your hands, not your debt. Of course, no place is flawless. Some walls will need patience, some wiring will ask for care, and roofs may whisper for attention. But each imperfection is a story you get to finish. These are not ready-made dreams, they are open doors, waiting for personal touch, your colors, your laughter, your morning coffee on the terrace. Now imagine it, a cool dawn mist over the fields of Brittany, a neighbor waving as you walk for bread, a quiet evening in Lorraine where the air smells of rain and wood smoke. Maybe tomorrow you're swimming in a lake near Moncoutant, or sketching sunlight in your small Valliere atelier. That's not an escape, it's what daily life can feel like when pace and peace finally meet. And now a question for you. After seeing both the 44,000 euro homes and those closer to 77,000 euro, did the difference surprise you? For us, there's no verdict to give. We only show what's real, and the decision, always, belongs to how you feel. Which one spoke to you more? The workshop in Valliere, the lakeside calm of Moncoutant, or the forest edge of Brittany? Tell us in the comments. We read every thought you share. If you're still dreaming of your own quiet corner in Europe, stay with us, subscribe, and join the next journey. Another set of hidden homes, real prices, and real possibilities. Because somewhere out there, your piece of peace might already be waiting for you.